In today's video, I am going to be breaking down the best defense that you can run with players who are between 6 and 9, maybe 10 years old. This is a strategy that is going to be absolutely deadly, and it's a man-to-man defense. It's just a version of man-to-man that is very deadly at a very young age. So let's get down and let's check this out. But really quickly, if you want my deadly defensive strategies, make sure to go check them out down in the description below. It's going to give you a lot of traps, but also a man-to-man defense that is very deadly at all age groups, including 6 to 9-year-olds. So definitely go check that out as well. So let's get down and let's check out this man-to-man defense. Okay, so we all know with younger players, 6 to 9 years old, they need to play man. And obviously there are some leagues that will play zone, but this is my version of playing man-to-man. For younger players, this is definitely a very deadly defense. So what I want to have happen, most teams will run 5 out. If your player that you are guarding does not have the ball, you are going to be beside the key. You're not going to be in the key because some house leagues or younger leagues like U9, U10 leagues will say that you can't be in the key for more than 3 seconds. Very similar to the NBA in that sense. However, if you are guarding player 3, you would be on the low block here because I don't really care about a 6-year-old shooting a 3-point shot. If your man is out on the wing, then you're on the elbow because, again, I don't care about a 3-point shot. If player 1 attacks the basket, gets by his man, player 5 is going to cut him off. And let's say player 1 then passes to 5 blue, then 5 is going to recover to his man. If they cycle through, 4 comes up, 2 then comes up, player 2 red just moves from the low post to the high post, and then players then cycle through just like this. Normally, you would want Gap to be watching his man. However, that's not what we're worried about. If they want to go and do a dribble handoff, which is very rare at this age, player 3 can come up, but he can just hang out here. Because again, we don't care if player 3 gets that ball out on the perimeter, but we still want to put pressure on him when he gets that ball. This is a very deadly defensive strategy that you can run. However, make sure to check with your governing board if this is even allowed. Because I will warn you, this looks like a zone defense. A zone defense is when you're guarding an area and not an individual man. However, when you're playing this defense, guess what? You are then sagging off so far, it makes it look like a zone. And if you teach your team how to switch, and they're calling out switches, it looks like a zone. It sounds like a zone. So, what is it to a referee? It's a zone, but it's not. It's man-to-man defense. This is what I like to run with younger teams because it's going to cut off the key. There's no way of getting into the key. You attack the key, it's a double team, pass gets kicked out, back to man-to-man. All it's doing is it's keeping the ball out on the perimeter. It's forcing the other team to shoot threes. And there's no good player who can shoot threes like Curry if you're looking at 6 to maybe 9-year-old players. Especially here in North America where largely with those younger age groups, they're not using shorter nets like they do in Europe. So they don't have an advantage. So you can cut off the key. Now, I'm not saying stop teaching them actual basketball, actual defense. I'm not telling you not to teach them actual man. Because this is a strategy that you can run with older age groups as well. You can still teach them, hey, be in the gaps. Be in help. Pass goes over here. You're man on. You're guarding the gap. You're guarding the gap. You're in help. You're in drop. Ball goes here. Man on. Gap. You're in help. You're still kind of hanging out. You're waiting for the drive so you can drop. Player 4 starts playing in the middle, so there's no drives down middle. There's no cuts down here. Player 2 is watching this. If there is a drive baseline, player 1 can take it off. Player 2 drops. Player 4 kind of sags off. But this is why I say the best man-to-man looks like a zone. Because as soon as this happens, this double team happens, player 2 is zoned up. Player 4 is zoned up. Player 3 is still kind of hanging out watching his guy. But in reality, he can sag off to the key too. Now he's zoned up. He's zoned up. He's zoned up. So the best man-to-man looks essentially like a zone, which is why I hate zone rules. Like, don't run a zone in a younger kids league. I hate it. It's not because I like playing against zones, because I feel like I can torch any coach that wants to run a zone, but why I hate it is because I like to teach man the way it should be ran. And then I teach things like blocking the key off, basically walling up in a man-to-man defense where nothing goes through the key. I like to run things like that. I like to run and jump. And when you can teach that type of stuff inside man-to-man, and it looks like a zone because it basically is a man-to-man that turns into a zone that turns back into a man, guess what? They could technically call it. But a real man defense is a zone defense as well. It's basically how it works when you double team off of a man. You have trap locations. That's how man works. So by being able to wall up essentially the key so that nobody gets in the key, it is very successful. And you can even do that inside of what I call the wall up zone, or wall up man, sorry. So you have player 3. He goes down to the elbow. Player 1 is on the elbow. Let's say these guys are guarding each other right now. Let's say player 3 passes to 5 and he closes out and 5 drives. Well, I still want player 2 to be in help. I still want drop. I still want this guy to shift over, and I still want this. We now still have the key absolutely shut off. This is why I like this type of defense, especially at younger age groups. Anyways, I hope that this video has helped you. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Make sure to go check out my Deadly Defensive Strategies book that is down in the description below, because it is absolutely a killer when you run those defensive strategies. It's trapping, whether it's a zone or a man. It's absolutely amazing. So definitely go check that out.